10 most requested NASA photos of all time. We provide this list of the top 10 iconic photos from NASA's history in honor of the agency's founding on October 1, 1958, which marks the 50th anniversary of its existence. We acknowledge the inherent subjectivity of any such ranking. We tried to balance the list between human spaceflight, satellite imagery, and planetary exploration, which is one of the reasons why any one image placed 2 slots higher than any other. Many wonderful images did not make the final cut. Without further ado, coming in at number 1, the entire Earth in view. Possibly the most significant image to result from the American space program comes in first place. Widely employed by the environmental movement, all the astronauts traveling to the moon took pictures akin to the one in this particular photograph, which was from Apollo 17. Even though a satellite had sent back a photo of the entire planet in 1967, it wasn't until humans viewed this image for the first time the following year that it became ingrained in our collective memory. At number 2, Buzz Aldrin on the moon, 1969, the best photo of the first humans on another heavenly body. Neil Armstrong is reflected in Aldrin's visor. Reproduced worldwide, silk screened by Andy Warhol, so iconic that many depictions of astronauts reproduce the bent arm without knowing why. Number 3, this NASA Hubble Space Telescope image, taken in near-infrared light, transforms the pillars into eerie, wispy silhouettes, which are seen against a background of myriad stars. The near-infrared light can penetrate much of the gas and dust, revealing stars behind the nebula as well as hidden away inside the pillars. Some of the gas and dust clouds are so dense that even the near-infrared light cannot penetrate them. New stars embedded in the tops of the pillars, however, are apparent as bright sources that are unseen in the visible image. The ghostly bluish haze around the dense edges of the pillars is material getting heated up by the intense ultraviolet radiation from a cluster of young, massive stars and evaporating away into space. The stellar grouping is above the pillars and cannot be seen in the image. At the top edge of the left-hand pillar, a gaseous fragment has been heated up and is flying away from the structure, underscoring the violent nature of star-forming regions. Number 4, Gemini 4 spacewalk, 1965, first American spacewalk, Russian Alexei Leonov beat Ted White by 3 months, and first photographs of a person floating in space taken by another person in space. Number 5, a close-up view of an astronaut's boot print in the lunar soil, photographed with a 70mm lunar surface camera during the Apollo 11 extravehicular activity on the moon, while astronauts Neil A. Armstrong, Commander, and Edwin E. Aldrin Jr., lunar module pilot, descended in the lunar module Eagle to explore the Sea of Tranquility region of the moon. Astronaut Michael Collins, Command Module pilot, remained with the Command and Service Modules Columbia in lunar orbit. Number 6, Presidential Panorama on Mars, 1997, the Sojourner rover left of large rock as seen from the Mars Pathfinder lander foreground, created expressly to present a high-quality panoramic image to the U.S. President Bill Clinton. The picture was stitched together from multiple photographs. At number 7, Challenger STS-51 Planck-length exhaust trail, 1986, the destruction of the Space Shuttle Challenger 73 seconds after liftoff on January 28, 1986. An image that is instantly recognizable to millions who saw the event played over and over again on television. The 51 Planck-length crew members lost their lives in the Space Shuttle Challenger accident moments after launch on January 28, 1986 from the Kennedy Space Center. Number 9, Jupiter's Great Red Spot, 1979, Voyagers 1 and 2 both photographed Jupiter during flybys in 1979. The Great Red Spot, an ancient storm so large that 3 Earths could fit inside it, had been photographed from Earth before, but never in such detail. Scientists have noticed that Jupiter's Great Red Spot has been getting smaller in area over time. Because of this, many expected to see the wind speeds inside the Great Red Spot increasing as the storm was shrinking. But surprisingly, this isn't the case. The wind speeds aren't changing. Instead, the storm is actually growing taller. The Great Red Spot is deepening in color as well. A team from NASA, New Mexico State University, and the University of California at Berkeley made these discoveries by poring over data from numerous NASA missions, including Voyager, Hubble, and Juno. The Apollo 11 mission, the first manned lunar mission, launched from the Kennedy Space Center, Florida via the Marshall Space Flight Center, developed Saturn V launch vehicle on July 16, 1969, and safely returned to Earth on July 24, 1969. The Saturn V vehicle produced a holocaust of flames as it rose from its pad at Launch Complex 39. The 363-foot-tall, 6,400,000-pound rocket hurled the spacecraft into Earth parking orbit and then placed it on the trajectory to the Moon for man's first lunar landing. Aboard the spacecraft were astronauts Neil A. Armstrong, Commander, Michael Collins, Command Module Pilot, and Edwin E. Aldrin Jr., Lunar Module Pilot. With the success of Apollo 11, the national objective to land men on the Moon and return them safely to Earth had been accomplished. For more thrilling historical stuff, like and subscribe to our Space Report Documentaries channel. Also, let us know which is your favorite NASA image in the comments section below. And finally, number 10, first step on the Moon, 1969, an estimated 500 million people experienced it this way. In black and white, on television.